Greetings, Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Rising, and Sagittarius Moon. Welcome to your Tarot Video Scope for November 2020 by Ama LightWorker. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to you. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Remember, these are general readings. You may want to have a private reading with me. And if you'd like to do so, please visit my website, www.amalightworker.com, and email me at amalightworker@gmail.com. November is yet another important month, and it may end up being the most important month of the entire year. We are going to have another eclipse, followed by more eclipses in December. The energy is shifting yet again, and you are going to be able to feel it at a personal level, but also as a collective. This is the time to learn a little bit about psychic protection, to learn about energy clearing. And for that reason, I'm organizing an online workshop to teach energy clearing. How can you clear your personal energy field? How can you clear for your aura? How can you clear for different levels of your energy field, for your chakras, at a mind, body, spirit level? How can you clear for a situation, etc., etc.? For those of you who are interested, please email me at amalightworker@gmail.com to register or to inquire about this energy workshop, which will be held on Zoom on November 7, 2020 at 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern Standard Time. The energy exchange for it is $300. However, please do email me if you have any questions. If you want to know more about it, do not hesitate to email me at amalightworker@gmail.com. And yes, of course, the Vimeo videos are already up. For those of you who would like to know more, there's a whole new reading for your sign and for each sign of the zodiac available for download and purchase. The link for it is down here below. Or if you like even more, okay, I also provided a third additional reading for your sign and for each sign of the zodiac available through the membership program. Simply click on the join button right here next to the subscribe. Now, with that being said, I'm going to focus on this reading for you, Sagittarius. The general feeling that I am picking up for your sign has to deal with going within, contemplating, having to make choices, keeping something, some secret or information to yourself, receiving some significant news in regards to money, in regards to a job position, a real estate transaction, or about an important sale, maybe having to deal with courts, legal decisions, and a change in your actions may be required, but also receiving some good news, maybe about a gathering or a family celebration. Now I'm going to break this down one by one. The first card is the Temperance. To me, it means be patient. Divine sources, divine forces are working through you and for you. Angels by your side. When you get this card, it means that this angel is by your side to help you to solve some issues, to bring balance within you and to anything around you. It also means something completed, or that you thought you completed, that has to deal with old friends, old lovers, old habits, an old business, an old financial issue, something that stemmed from the past, or even with health. So something that's still from the past that you thought you completed may arise to test you again. But remember, you have a very strong angel and divine forces helping you through this. You could be trying to help somebody who, for some reason, they're going to have a relapse of some sort. Could be in terms of their health, could be in terms of some sort of an addiction. For some of you, it could be about old feelings that may be coming up, old feelings about how you are not content. a little bit of boredom. Whatever problems you may be having, emotional problems or financial, it feels like you have been praying to find a solution, but at the same time, for some of you, either you are going to find yourself in a circumstance when you cannot openly ask for help. Something is going to prevent you from asking for help, or it could be that maybe you are hoping to resolve some of these problems on your own. You are planning on doing something. Whatever ideas you have, whatever you are planning on doing, maybe you are planning on surprising somebody. For the time being, you are going to try to keep things under a wrap. For many of you, this is going to turn out to be a month of spiritual growth, maturing of your soul. New developments are going to happen. Many of you are going to awaken to a new sense of how you understand energy. How do you understand karma to be and to function? You are also going to be lucky in terms of catching some mistake that maybe you did from the past in order for you to bring it forward again, to correct it or to go over it again. If you have been feeling a little bit heartbroken due to a friendship situation, due to a past relationship, maybe some of you still may need some emotional closure. I get a sense that for some of you, you are going to either go back to praying, doing some sort of a fasting or cleansing. You could be wishing very, very much for something to happen, or you may be wishing for a resolution to a circumstance. During this time, you may be trying something. You may be trying a business idea. You may be trying a new diet. You may be trying, a new supplement and see how it goes. You may be testing your feelings about somebody, or you may be testing the loyalty of someone. Could also be about a new relationship. Maybe you are testing a little bit that relationship. If anything in regards to a business may be coming up for some of you, I do have a sense of something that has to deal with taxes. It could be about a sale or an important transaction. It could be a little that maybe you just need some help so that you can launch maybe a new website, a new business, or maybe you need some help to kind of promote yourself if you are single and looking. Maybe you need some help for somebody to kind of promote you so that you can get to a promotion in terms of your work. Initially, you are going to feel that nothing is moving. And then boom, everything is going to start to happen pretty much around the same time. The first part of the month may be a little bit quiet for you, but I have a sense that toward the end of November, this is where action starts. This is when you're going to get to be more busy. Whatever is happening in November for some of you is going to have like a second part or a continuation or something coming to a completion around December. The next card that you have, this is the Queen of Pentacles. If the Queen of Pentacles represents a person, usually it represents a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. That could be the sun sign, the rising sign, or the moon sign. This may also be you, Sagittarius, if you happen to have your moon sign or rising sign in Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So you may have to deal with this Queen of Pentacles, and that's why he or she is showing up in your reading. It also means content, making peace, content, not lavish, but definitely at peace and happy with your material possessions. It represents somebody who has found success in his or her life, a perfectionist, a hard worker, somebody who likes the outdoors, values tradition and family. It could be that for some of you, it could be about spending money, about a pregnancy, about a child, about an upcoming birth. It could be also about receiving good news in terms of a child, a pregnancy, an upcoming birth. Something that you have been creating, because pregnancy can also be about creating of a business, creating of an idea. Something that you created, it's now going to start to turn some profit, making some money. Um, um, and it could be related to maybe arts and crafts. If you are into that, maybe turning a hobby into a profit. You may have to deal with this Queen of Pentacles, because for some of you, he or she could be in a position of power and authority to approve you for a mortgage, to approve you for an extension on your credit line with your credit cards, to approve you for some type of a loan, money, something in connection to these finances. For some of you, this Queen of Pentacles could be the person that maybe interviews you or gives you some sort of a job evaluation to see whether you qualify for a promotion or whether you qualify for a raise. You may not hear from this Queen of Pentacles right away. And if you are not aware of it, please understand that during this time, somebody is keeping an eye on you. They may be interested in you in a romantic sense, and that's why they're keeping an eye on you. Or they may be keeping an eye on you because they are evaluating your job performance without necessarily you knowing. Pay attention during this time, because some aches and pains, some old aches and pains may resurface again. Aches and pains in your feet, in your hips, in your knee. It could be that for some of you, it may be in connection to you recuperating from surgery or from illness. If any repairs or anything in terms of an extension of your home may be showing up, for some reason, I also have a sense that you are going to be able here to afford it. Whatever expenses may be coming up, you are also going to be able to manage financially to afford it. I also get a sense that for some of you, you are going to be surprised by a gift of cash. You may be surprised by a gift, or you are going to be surprised by how some money may show up in your life, maybe in some unexpected ways. The next card that you have is the Queen of Swords. If the Queen of Swords represents a person, usually it represents an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini. This could be the sun sign, the rising sign, or the moon sign. So you may be dealing with very important people here, very influential people in November. The Queen of Swords represents a lawyer, a therapist, a coach, somebody who works for a law enforcement agencies, somebody who is able to offer advice and practical help from his or her experience, somebody who is firm and creative. But yet again, also this card may be representing you in some ways. Again, if you have your moon or rising sign in Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, you are going to be in a position where you may have to make important choices and decisions. You may feel a little bit uncertain because maybe you don't know all of the information yet, or the situation keeps shifting and changing. For some of you, you may require to have counsel with this Queen of Swords. You may have to work through or operate through or ask advice from a lawyer, from courts. You may have to deal with a judge. You may have to consult about what is the legal or the proper way of filling out a form, maybe a job application, maybe in terms of resolving a business related situation or a financial related situation, and maybe you have to go through courts. For some of you, if you have been applied for bankruptcy, maybe you are going to receive news of that, whether you got approved or not. You may have to retake a test that maybe you thought you did, or you may have to redo or retake a test, an examination. Could be a medical test, maybe some paperwork that you thought you already did and completed and dealt with. You may have to go over it again. This Queen of Swords may be asking you to be very detailed, maybe asking you a lot of questions, maybe very inquisitive, or maybe questioning everything that you do. Pay attention here, because you may have a tendency to let this person get under your skin. There's also a different scenario here. For some of you Sagittarians, this Queen of Swords represents a teacher, a mentor, a coach, somebody who in some ways is trying to teach you, to redirect you, or to let you know more information, but not necessarily in a direct way, to open your eyes about the truth. Something that to you may not be so obvious, but it may be obvious to anybody else. And this Queen of Swords may be the only one who has the power, the authority, or who has the guts to let you know, like, open your eyes. This is what has been going on behind your back, or here's what you may be dealing with, and you need to be careful about it. Some of you may end up entering in some form of a partnership or alliance with this Queen of Swords. All I know is that if you are on the good side of this Queen of Swords, he or she, because this is a general reading, and for that reason I'm going to say he or she, has the power to help you resolve a major issue that you may be dealing with. He or she may turn out to save the day and to be a real problem solver for you, particularly if he or she may turn out to be in a position where she's going to teach you, mentor you, or coach you. The next card that you have is the Judgment card. So this is the proclamation card. What do we think about this? When you get this card, it means that your circumstance is about to be improved. It also represents news and information, something that will bring change. You are trying to achieve something to get this result, but you keep doing it the same way. That means that something in that plan of action, in that step-by-step plan, has to change so that you get the desired outcome. Because if you keep doing the same thing, of course you're going to keep getting the same results. So don't give up, but maybe you need to adopt certain plans so that you can go with the flow. It also represents a new personal relationship, a new business venture, a new partnership, beneficial help, a change in habit, or a change in purpose. For many of you, it's going to feel like the purpose of your whole life is changing. In the light of some new information, in the light of you feeling empowered in some ways. Maybe for some of you, after you get that money, or after you address certain financial circumstance, that's when you're going to feel empowered. Okay, for other ones, is going to be due to your social circle expanding. Maybe you're going to attract during this time powerful friends with acquaintances in high places, and that's how you're going to end up feeling empowered. For some of you, you could be developing personal relationships with new acquaintances. Some of it could be also a love interest, but maybe it is through these people around you that you are going to end up attracting, that you're going to feel most powerful. Many of you will have to change your mind about something. Maybe you have to change your beliefs. Maybe you have to change your attitudes. Whatever is old, and it feels a lot of it has to deal with your mind, the energy around your mind. Whether you were holding on to certain old hopes, old ideas, old expectations, whether you were attaching too much hopes to an outcome, all of that now is going to start changing. For many of you, you're going to feel like you're going down the rabbit hole, okay, hitting like a very low moment before boom, you're going to feel like just like that you are out of that circumstance, out of that emotional state, maybe toward the road to recovery, toward a better path, toward you seeing and recognizing that light at the end of the tunnel. If you are somebody that maybe you were waiting to hear from courts, a legal situation, maybe you were waiting to hear about some important news in terms of your finances, you could be having some communication issues here, maybe, due to the internet connection, emails, mails, maybe you don't get this message right on time, or maybe the message and the information has been sent but hasn't been received yet, or whatever it is has been delivered to you, but you won't find out until days after. So there's going to be, some issues here, maybe even timing issues or communication issues, but ultimately you are going to receive that good news or that very helpful information. For many of you, this information may be coming to you from important institutions, from higher ups, from the government. Could be about what is happening politically right now in United States. Maybe coming to you from a boss, a health department, hospitals, maybe coming to you from banks, or in terms of all of you who maybe had to take an important test or an examination during this time. Now you're going to hear the results, but maybe, as I said, there's a timing issue here, or there's a communication issue, so maybe not as fast as you like it to hear from. The family dynamic maybe changes at this time. If there are any family dinners, gatherings, social events, some of these plans may not necessarily go according to plans. Something here needs to shift and change very slightly, not necessarily 100%, but ultimately I get a sense that everybody's going to be able to make it, to have whatever the celebration may be. It could be about Thanksgiving, it could be about celebrating a child in the family, the news of a pregnancy, childbirth, could be about other forms of celebration. Whatever the celebration is, for some of you, not for every Sagittarian, for some of you it's going to be a life-changing news or a life-changing celebration. Okay, whatever I'm saying here may be happening right now. For other ones, maybe start to unfold in the hard time of a year from now, or some of it has already happened a year ago, and now it's time to finally conclude the situation, celebrate, or even legally sign in, or maybe this is just a legal marriage for some of you, not necessarily with a fanfare and the celebration. Okay, but maybe it's just legally you could be getting married. So I hope that this is making sense to you. Do leave me a comment down here below. I love to hear from you. And if you are interested in attending my online workshop on energy clearing, please do not hesitate to email me at amalightworker@gmail.com before November 7, because the workshop is taking place in November 7 on Zoom, so it's going to be online. Or visit my website if you like to know more. Like, share, subscribe, and I will reconnect with you in the next video. Bye for now.